What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Michael here, and oh my god, it's a Skyrim build back on FudgeMuppet. This is the best news ever. But I hear people saying, what is going on? I thought Skyrim builds had finished. Well, they had. But I'm proud to announce that Skyrim builds are coming back. I'll explain how and what's happening at the end of this video, so sit tight, enjoy the Sociopath redone build, and before you know it, everything awesome shall be explained. As mentioned, this is a redone build, meaning it was one of the videos YouTube deleted ages ago that we wanted to recreate. This build in particular is called the Sociopath, however I do want to give the disclaimer that he definitely crosses over into Psychopath territory. But let's go through some of the defining traits of a Sociopath so you will know exactly how to roleplay this conniving, malicious character. Sociopaths can often be extremely charming and tend to be great manipulators, with personalities that captivate those around them. They have vast illusions of grandeur and entitlement, believing the opinions of themselves to be above all else. They have a reputation for not feeling guilt and compassion, and worse, they often lash out in anger or annoyance. However, they aren't known to hold grudges. They're unpredictable, spontaneous, risky, and also professional liars. Many murderers have been known to be sociopaths, especially those with a fascination for suffering. Often these sociopath murderers will have victims willing to let them inflict desired pain. This, my friends, is the personality of the build you are about to make, so roleplaying is going to be interesting to say the least. As you can see, we've used a wood elf, and his backstory goes like this. The Sociopath was raised in the Imperial City's Elven Gardens district, within a wealthy upclass household. He eventually became a sort of community leader, growing up with his charisma earning him the love and kinship of all those around him, especially the ladies. There was one Imperial man, however, who despised the Sociopath greatly, and filled with fervent jealousy, he constantly tried to defame the Wood Elf's reputation. The Sociopath also had a favorite woman to fool around with, and this woman, sadly for the Imperial, had always been the love of the Imperial man's life. It obviously wasn't mutual affection. So green with envy, the Imperial snuck into the Sociopath's house one night looking for any dirt on him he could find, and upon entering the cellar, he came across a sickening yet convicting scene. At nighttime, the Sociopath was not at home. Why? Because he was out finding helpless victims to satiate his sinister desires, dragging unsuspecting targets to his house for cruel, wretched experiments. After the Imperial informed the rest of the district about what he had discovered, the Sociopath was forced to flee the city, and his intricately spun web of lies tethered around him. He was caught crossing at the borders of Skyrim, and from here the story begins. The looks of the character are simple, deceiving almost. So roleplaying the charming individual you are, you're going to want to wear high-class apparel such as fine clothes or even emperor's robes, and have nice facial aesthetics too. You can use whatever race you like, but we chose a wood elf. We think it's really great to use the Ring of Namira and eat victims, as cannibalism fits in with Bosmer lore perfectly. Fine clothes can be found all around Skyrim, but the clothing store in Solitude will have it for convenient purchase. Enchanted jewelry can be found and equipped to help enhance the skills of this build. When it comes to weapons, the Sociopath is very simple and will just use a dagger. Your dagger, however, will be the Blade of Woe once you get it. You can get this by killing Astrid when you're captured while starting the Dark Brotherhood storyline. However, you'll obviously want to do the storyline and join the Brotherhood, meaning you'll obtain the dagger later on in the plot. The dagger has a high damage and a neat enchantment allowing you to absorb health. It goes without saying why this fits the character so well. We also picked the dagger because it looks menacing. We didn't choose bigger weapons, and we decided not to dual wield, as this character is not meant to appear vicious. He's meant to blend in with the rest of high-class society, and wearing a simple dagger is commonplace in Skyrim. When it comes to skills, the Sociopath will be using one-handed sneak and speech. One-handed will affect our Blade of Woe damage, and sneak will amplify this greatly and ensure that we don't get discovered while carrying out our sinful activities. We're also able to get up to 15 times damage using the right perks. This build is straightforward in combat obviously, sneak and assassinate. You will want to avoid confrontation when possible, especially in towns and cities, do not get caught there. But remember, there's more to this build than killing. You'll also have to be able to create the idea in people's heads that you would never do such awful things. Speech is therefore a crucial skill, and it'll help you obtain lots of lavish clothes and other goods, also houses. You can aim to buy all the houses in the game and be the Thane of every hold, appearing to be a do-gooder citizen while you carry out your extra activities in secrecy. In a nutshell, speech will help you accumulate wealth and manipulate others. It's also perfect for role-playing. You may want to join the Imperials to gain their love, yet also kill their Emperor when you join the Dark Brotherhood. Remember, with this build you will want to have fun in a social and political way. The perk link will be in the description as always. In terms of a stat spread, we've decided to go with 80% health and 20% stamina. Obviously this build doesn't use magicka, so no magicka is needed. He also only uses stamina to sprint and roll, so 20% is actually quite a lot. That really leaves the remaining 80% of allocation just for health, so even though you're not a tank-focused build, you're going to end up as one tough unit. It just makes sense not to waste stat choices on anything else. Also remember that if you are compromised and attacked, you won't have any armor or other defenses except blocking with your dagger, so having that much health will help in preventing you from dying. With standing stone options, there are a lot of choices available. Obviously, if you want to use one of our favorite ones, the Lord Stone or the Atronach Stone, you can. However, do consider, as I was saying, that this build is meant to be avoiding taking damage entirely if possible. Because of this, we find the Lady Stone can be a nice general stone to have for 25% more regeneration for health and more importantly stamina, but really the decision is yours to make. This Shadow Stone is a great option early game, as your sneak won't be super high and it will help you with remaining unseen. You can take this stone to the end of the game, but you don't have to. Other good options are any stones that improve the speed in which your skills progress, and therefore the speed at which you level, like the Lover Stone, as this will ultimately get you to a powerful state as fast as possible. To help enhance role-playing more, we definitely found it fun to have a follower who, if you wish, will allow you to inflict pain upon them simply for your own enjoyment. For the best results, you will want this person to have undying loyalty towards you, someone like Lydia, for example. Feindor also makes a great choice, as his issue with Sven's jealousy in Riverwood is definitely something this build can relate to. If you're feeling particularly evil, you can murder Sven afterwards. Now it's time to explain the Skyrim build channel news. Recently we focused on our weekly schedule intensely and even enlisted some behind the scenes help just so we can have more time to focus on ideas, meaning that there will be more time for us to have weekly Skyrim builds back on FudgeMuppet along with all our other content. But it won't be weekly just yet. This is the plan, so be sure to listen closely. We're going to finish off our 3 remaining Skyrim redone builds, which includes this one and 2 others between now and the Skyrim Special Edition release. And we're also going to have Skyrim content basically every week until Skyrim Special Edition is announced. We're then going to start doing Skyrim builds every single week again, because everyone will now have access to mods, making lightly and heavily modded builds available for everyone, and we will no longer be limited by the item choices in the base game. We're going to have a video coming up explaining everything to do with Skyrim builds and also more about Fallout 4 builds on the channel, so definitely stay tuned to that. We found a way to make this work for everyone and I couldn't be happier. So thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for all your continued support over the last few months and even the last few years. Check us out on social media, and I look forward to nerding out with you all again very soon.